that Justin won't be bullied by Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. So his lawyer told us that their recent court filings show how scared they are.
Well, it's still getting messier and messier in the It Ends With Us feud between co-stars Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni.
Blake Lively, once a shining star in Hollywood known for her roles in Gossip Girl and big-budget films, has now found herself at the center of a scandal so massive that it has effectively ended her career. What started as a lawsuit against her It Ends With Us co-star and director Justin Baldoni has spiraled into a dramatic downfall filled with shocking twists, industry backlash, and a courtroom battle that has left Lively not only out of work but also facing financial devastation. How did this happen? How did one of Hollywood's most beloved actresses become persona non grata in the industry? Let's dive into the scandal that has rocked Tinseltown and destroyed careers.
You're not kidding when you say this is getting messier. The author of that book deleting her Instagram account, another who plays Baldoni's sister in the film, being harassed online.
It all began with what seemed like a typical Hollywood feud. Rumors of tension between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni started swirling even before the release of their film It Ends With Us. Fans noticed the two never appeared together during the movie's promotional tour. Lively, who also served as a producer on the film, was accused of using interviews to promote her personal ventures rather than the movie's deeper themes. Meanwhile, Baldoni, who directed and starred in the film, was mysteriously absent from many of the press events. Whispers of creative differences began to surface, but no one could have predicted the storm that was about to hit. In December, Lively filed a lawsuit against Baldoni, accusing him of inappropriate behavior on set. The accusations were detailed and disturbing. She claimed Baldoni had fostered a hostile work environment, crossed professional boundaries, and engaged in behavior that made her feel deeply uncomfortable. According to the lawsuit, Baldoni allegedly improvised intimate moments during filming without her consent and created an atmosphere where she and other cast members felt unsafe. The allegations sent shockwaves through Hollywood, with many initially rallying behind Lively. After all, she was a household name, a mother, and someone who had long been admired for her grace and professionalism.
At all. I said that having read through Blake Lively's complaints, that it was evident to me that she was likely under the influence when she filed her complaint.
But then Baldoni fought back, and fight back he did. Within weeks, Baldoni filed a countersuit accusing Lively of defamation and intentional harm to his career. And this wasn't just any countersuit. Baldoni sought a staggering $400 million in damages, claiming that Lively's allegations had not only tarnished his reputation, but had also led to significant financial losses, including the cancellation of multiple projects. It was a bold move, but Baldoni wasn't done yet. His legal team began releasing behind-the-scenes footage from the It Ends With Us set. Footage they claimed would exonerate him and prove that Lively's accusations were not only false, but part of a calculated campaign to destroy his career.
Is creepy Baldoni getting close to her, obviously making small chatter not in character so as not to make the scene, which didn't require dialogue, awkward.
The footage, which quickly went viral, showed Lively and Baldoni filming a slow dance scene for the film. In the clip, the two actors can be seen discussing how to make the scene feel more romantic. Baldoni is heard joking about his beard possibly brushing against Lively's face, to which she laughs and responds lightheartedly. His team argued that the footage contradicted Lively's claims of discomfort and harassment, framing her accusations as gross exaggerations. But Lively's legal team fired back, stating that the footage only confirmed her version of events, highlighting her visible discomfort and repeated attempts to redirect the scene.
Literally, I'm just asking the question, like, how are women allowed to do this, to take something and to make it sound like you survived a because that's what it sounded like to the public.
The battle wasn't just playing out in court, it was unfolding in the court of public opinion as well. Social media exploded with debates. Some fans defended Lively, arguing that her discomfort was palpable and that Baldoni, as both her co-star and director, had abused his power. Others sided with Baldoni, accusing Lively of using her influence to manipulate the narrative and sabotage his career. The release of the footage and the subsequent media frenzy painted a picture of Hollywood at its most ruthless, where careers are built and destroyed in the blink of an eye. At the same time, whispers of tension on the It Ends With Us set began to resurface, with various crew members anonymously sharing their accounts. One source claimed that Lively frequently clashed with Baldoni over creative decisions, accusing him of being overly controlling, while others described her as difficult and dismissive of on-set collaboration. According to an insider, one particularly heated argument allegedly erupted during the filming of a pivotal emotional scene, with Lively reportedly storming off-set and delaying production for hours. While some crew members sympathized with her frustrations, others suggested that her behavior contributed to the toxic environment she later accused Baldoni of creating.
One of the most significant allegations in Baldoni's lawsuit is that Lively sought to gain control over the editing process of the film. This is
adding further fuel to the fire. Leaked emails from studio executives hinted at mounting concerns regarding Lively's approach to the project. In one exchange, a producer expressed frustration over her refusal to allow certain scenes to be cut, claiming it was holding up the editing process and putting the film's release date in jeopardy. These revelations complicated the narrative, casting doubt on whether Lively's allegations stemmed solely from personal discomfort or if they were intertwined with broader power struggles over control of the film. For the public, these behind-the-scenes accounts only deepened the divide, leaving both stars' reputations hanging in the balance.
Right? So Baldoni says this was all an effort to hijack the film to get her way. Lively claims she was the victim of harassment in a hostile work environment. Not surprising.
As the legal drama intensified, more details began to emerge, and not all of them painted Lively in a flattering light. Baldoni's countersuit alleged that Lively had orchestrated a smear campaign against him, using her connections to manipulate the media and public perception. His legal team released emails and text messages that they claimed showed Lively had been plotting to undermine him from the start. One email in particular became a focal point of the case. In it, Lively allegedly complained about Baldoni's creative decisions and threatened to take matters into her own hands if he didn't step back from the project. Things took an even darker turn when former colleagues and industry insiders began to speak out. Rosella Rego, a former extra on Gossip Girl, came forward with scathing allegations about Lively's behavior on set. Rego described Lively as horrendous to work with, accusing her of treating extras with disdain and creating an uncomfortable atmosphere. She even claimed that Lively would go out of her way to avoid speaking directly to extras, instead using directors to relay her instructions. While these accusations might have seemed minor in another context, they added fuel to the fire, painting a picture of a diva who was difficult to work with and dismissive of those she deemed beneath her.
Has denied all of these allegations. They have responded to this filing, this lawsuit, saying...
Meanwhile, Baldoni's team continued to mount their defense, building a narrative of their own. They claimed Lively's lawsuit was a strategic move to distract from her own failings on the It Ends With Us set. According to Baldoni, Lively had taken over the project, sidelining him and making unilateral decisions that alienated the cast and crew. His legal team pointed to messages where Lively allegedly admitted to rewriting scenes without consulting him, effectively taking control of the film. They argued that her allegations were a preemptive strike to protect herself from criticism and shift the blame onto Baldoni. Within the media, the company rewrote Lively's stances and shifted the blame onto Baldoni.
Most of his career, he has been a major proponent of feminism, of healthy masculinity. How does it feel for him, though?
The fallout from the scandal was swift and severe. While Baldoni faced significant backlash initially, the tide began to turn as more information came to light. Studio executives, once hesitant to take sides, started distancing themselves from Lively. Deals that were once in the works quietly fell apart, and projects she had been attached to were suddenly on hold. By January, it became clear that Lively's career was in freefall. Major studios, wary of the controversy, began blacklisting her, effectively shutting her out of Hollywood. For an actress who had once been one of the most bankable stars in the industry, it was a shocking and humiliating turn of events. The financial consequences were just as devastating. With the court ruling in Baldoni's favor, Lively was ordered to pay him $400 million in damages, an amount so astronomical that it left her financially crippled. Reports soon emerged that Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds were scrambling to liquidate assets to cover the costs. The couple, once considered Hollywood royalty, now found themselves at the center of a financial and public relations nightmare.
Like Lively's team says that in showing this video, they are blaming the victim here. They also say that they'd prefer litigating this in court rather than in the public sphere.
But perhaps the most shocking aspect of this entire saga is how quickly it all unraveled. In less than a year, Blake Lively went from being one of the most beloved actresses in Hollywood to a pariah, her reputation in tatters and her career in ruins. The industry that once celebrated her had turned its back, and the fans who had adored her were now divided, with many questioning her actions and motivations. As for Justin Baldoni, the scandal has been both a curse and a blessing. While the initial accusations tarnished his reputation, the court ruling and subsequent evidence have helped to restore his image. Baldoni has since used the ordeal to speak out about the dangers of false accusations and the importance of due process. His career, though bruised, seems to be on the road to recovery, with new projects already in the works.
But this is such a interpretation of perspective, because I watched the footage, and I'm sure we all have, and it's very easy.
In the end, this scandal is a cautionary tale about the perils of power, fame, and the lengths some will go to protect their image. It's a story of ambition, betrayal, and the devastating consequences of playing the Hollywood game. But it also raises important questions. How should the industry handle situations like this? Can someone like Blake Lively ever make a comeback? Or is her career truly over? And what does this mean for the future of accountability and justice in Hollywood? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this wild Hollywood saga. Stay tuned, because if this drama has taught us anything, it's that the truth always finds a way to come out.